Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes. So, those who are watching live today, we have a nice and powerful guest whose name is Namrata Bharadwaj, who is your personal transformational life coach, and we'll discuss about the topic on happiness. So, how to bring happiness in your life, and how to, because she has worked with different sorts of relationship. I was quite impressed when I was talking to her. I'm learning different things from her as well. So I thought of why not to come in the live and to give you all that what I am getting. Why not you people get that? So this is a live session, and I want you also to listen from her stories, how she has transformed her journey from being into professional world to become a coach, and why, what decisions she has taken, what are the challenges she faced. So, uh, yeah, Amrita, if you are ready, so please unmute yourself.
Yes,
Yes. So we
thank you,
are live
Devs.
already.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, Debasmita. It was so impromptu. We are going live,
Yeah.
and thank you for introducing to the world actually. And yes, I am here. Whatever you want to ask me, you can just keep asking, and I'll just go ahead. And definitely on happiness, I will be adding few insights to it. Anything if you want to start up with as live questionnaires, so you can also start.
Sure. So yeah, so I want to know how your transformational journey, because the insight which you were talking about as a career, because we basically the channel is mainly the person who are into career seekers. Okay, so basically, what is your message towards them in their career aspects? What is your journey look like, if and how you become a coach? If you just put some
Yeah.
enlightenment into this, yeah. Over to you.
Okay. Devsmita, my journey started from grade 10th, basically, when I was studying. I belong to a conservative family, but yet my mother was very keen and curious about educating me, educating the children. So I am the only daughter with two uh, brothers. So she made it a point. She sent me to the English medium school so that I can be educated. That was one step she took. But while I was studying, in grade 8th only I started noticing the difference in the society where men are treated differently and women are treated differently. Okay. And because I was born in a business class family, so I could just relate, see it very closely. The first perspective was I was just making in my mind that men are treated differently and women are treated differently because they are earning money, mothers are not earning money. The role to earn money is a man's job, and to take care of the family is the female's job. Okay. This was very clear till grade 8th to me. No conflict. Then after grade 8th, I started noticing, and because I was growing up, so we were little bit allowed, or maybe you can say we were overhearing the conversations happening in the joint family, right? Where one person is not that um equipped to earn that level of money, there is a difference, right? We are staying in a joint family, so there are different. Any problem, Dev Smita?
Just checking how spotlight both of us.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, you can carry on.
Okay. So basically, second thing I started noticing was um, the difference, the gap in the earning capacity of two individuals. So there I could see ki what matters a lot, how somebody is scaling up earning money, somebody, other person is not, right? This was second perspective I picked up. Ki if you do a lot of hard work and you are sincere, focusing in your work, you are able to earn money a lot. Okay. Then third perspective I was picking up was about relationships, where I was seeing hierarchies. Whether in hierarchy a ladder, if something is wrong also done by the elder people, they are not blamed or shamed. But children or smaller in hierarchy, if you are in a lower state place, you are bashed for it. Means rules are different for everyone, right? So there was a lot of conflict when I was growing up. I didn't have a sister, I had brothers, I had no bua. So truly, my heart was seeking whether my elder brother should get married and I should have a sister in law first, because there was a need to talk to people, because I was growing, but I had nobody to talk properly, right? Means talk my heart out. Obviously, with mothers and grandmothers, there is a little limitation, and especially 30 years back, if you go, so everything you can't speak to them, right? So there were so many things, so many emotions, so many feelings which were just embedded inside. And my brain was developing by seeing the environment around me, looking at my mom, how she's serving mom, papa, how is the difference in the brothers' finances impacting the way people are respecting each other, right? So everything I am grasping. Okay. Then I realized that identity is very important, right? Because in this, I was also evaluating my looks with the other siblings. I had a cousin. She's very, very pretty and very tall and slim and very beautiful features. So I went into the comparison because that time it was also said if a girl is fat or is not very beautiful, so the father has to give a lot of amount of money. That's the scenario in North India. Okay. So I overheard this conversation and that struck me badly that day. And I said, oh, this is something which I don't have, the beauty. So I need to look up. I started looking up for evidences, what else I can be good at. And in this rat race of doing good, being good, showing up good, I started becoming people pleaser. I didn't realize. Yeah. But my genes are strong. They are also playing their role, right? I am becoming a people pleaser. So there is so much of khichdi happening all around me that I lost my individual personality. Okay. Only individual personality I was noticing was in my professional world, where nobody knows me. So only one part of my personality is being seen by a person. Okay. Whenever, like, I'm a fashion designer and a passionate teacher also. So I have been working all the time, whether I was carrying a baby or not. I'm a merchant navy captain's wife. So I used to sail with my husband a lot, exposed to the world actually. So I was noticing whenever I am with the people who are not belonging to my family or close friends, I am very different. But as I am in this circle, the first two circles, I am a very timid person. Low confidence, low self esteem, low self respect. I am very, very different. And this conflict led me to really a very, very poor mental, emotional, and physical health. So while I was going through the life, experiencing life, making my own stories, there were so many unanswered questions inside my heart. And when I was experiencing death, that was the time I realized, oh my God, there is so much I have left, so much I need to live, so much I had a conflict, and need to work on this so that I can help more and more. And I need to come back for my children, especially for my daughter. That was the zeal that I'm alive. I worked on my physical health beautifully. Yet I can say I'm not arrived. I am okay, right? I'm taking care of my health and everything, but still more to go. So here I am, especially for the homemakers, because society had made a rule, right? Now girls are being educated. They have their own mindset where they are trying to defend themselves, put their demands ahead, okay? Because now the exposure is of very different strata only, right? Previously, marriage was some organization made which was serving the society. Now, marriage is not serving because both have strong mindsets. The DNA systems, the ability of the brain, whatever, there is a lot of conflict happening. The trust is not there. So relationships are breaking, right? Women are delivering babies, and yet after 8 months, they are realizing what a mistake they've done after delivering a baby. They are aspiring to become career oriented or professional women because they are seeking for that identity and respect and freedom to spend money also. Because today's exposure says you have to look good. right? You have to have this kind of personality. There is so much of stimulation happening in the brain. So constantly, if a lady is running their house very beautifully, they are all the time being labeled as docile, domesticated. I had friends, I have lived a life of a perfect homemaker and a professional also. So when I quit my profession and I stay back home, I am being labeled as a very domesticated person, very docile, right? No power to take my decisions, always behind husband, obviously, because it's his money. So I have to take all the decisions. So there, my children also started telling me, you are no, you are not capable of taking any decisions. It is only him who's taking the decisions, right? So you can see at every point there is a conflict happening inside us. So with life coaching, what happened? I got the clarity of what is what, how is how, and where we have to set the boundaries. What is my value system? How to understand the value system, and that led me to understand the happiness and my joy. There was a point where I was not able to understand actually what is my favorite ice cream flavor also, right? So there was so much of conflict all the time. My brain is juggling. That was drained, tired, exhausted, right? So there were, I had lost decision taking power. Small choices also, what clothes to wear. If somebody used to invite me for a party, that used to give me anxiety attacks because the conflict had reached to that level in my brain. And everybody starts saying, it's your problem. You are very unwell. You don't have means strength also. Whenever something comes up, it's bound to happen. You'll get ill. I was not purposely getting ill. There was something which was happening inside me, which I was also not aware. Because till 2019, I was not aware of life coaching. 2000, in fact, 21, sorry, it is not 2019. 2021, first time I happened to be on social media and I noticed there is something self development. Before that, nothing. Just spiritually, I was little inclined because of my background of my family, right? Anything happens, very positive. Okay, I'll remember Hanumanji, give me courage, and all sort of chanting, mantra chantings I used to do, and meditation. But in 2025, when I got to know the self development, I started building up boundaries. I started taking up small steps to understand what had happened to my life and how I can support the next generation or women like me who are actually in this conflict every day and yet they are not living, they are struggling to live a fulfilling life, right? They are wearing everything what they want to, but still they are feeling lonely when they are entering the parties or wherever they are sitting. Any statement, negative, used to, not negative, very basic statement, right? About something which actually you take it inside, right? For example, about color, hair, dressing sense, or the quality of material of a clothing you're wearing, or about the snacks being served. So everything a human is juggling between, being judged all the time, right? And I'm talking because I belong to a very elite society also, where I have seen parties where, in spite of having everything, still people are saying, I'm so stressed. They are doing and they are throwing those kind of parties, and yet after that, oh my God, this is so stressful. God bless us. We don't want to do this. Still, they are not doing it, right? So that is a loop where we are struggling. And I was not okay to be in that loop. I I I accepted that I'm not ordinary. I'm extraordinary. Maybe I'm in just 1% of the people on the earth. I am funny. I am not belonging to this world, but I'm not ready to operate as others are saying. Until and unless if my heart says that, I'll do that. This is one thing which I was very clear. And slowly, this desire of mine led me to become a life coach. So life coaching, I there was no intention of becoming a life coach, right? But because I was getting so many answers and that was helping me grow internally, right? Obviously, when you start growing internally, your manifestations started happening. And I started getting that identity in my community, a manifesting queen, a high energy queen, a solution giver all the time, super positive person. So every time I'm hearing positive thing about me, the evidence to be in this community started sinking in. So instead of listening to my family, I'm more inclined towards the community and helping and serving because I'm getting recognition. I am improving in my health. I'm improving in my communication. I'm opening up. I am voicing out what is inside my heart. But believe me, 3.5 years, still the voicing out has not finished. There is so much to give to the world. So now I am here. So I invite all the women who are sitting inside the homes. There is always a solution to come out of any problem you are stuck, whether it's relationship, whether it's money, whether it's parenting, whether it is gaining your confidence, whether it is just understanding yourself. We seek help in every some area of our life, no matter if you're not starting with all the areas, but start your journey as soon as possible. Because once we start knowing ourselves, the kind of happiness we feel, that is very different. And as an entrepreneur, I was earning this much, but believe me, happiness quotient was this much only. Now, if I'm not earning also, then also I'm happy. Earning hai to fir, you
So
know what, sone pe suhaga hai, right? So this is my journey, and from there, and I really take my clients to very, very happy journey. I give healing sessions also with happiness. So that is my work, and I'm doing a lot of research with my clients also. I'm working together with them. He, if we can do healing with little bit of happiness also in it, because healing journey is not that easy, because I have also gone through a lot of healing, and healing is a very beautiful process, because the results and the sprouting which happens after that, it is very pretty, very beautiful, and very blissful for the soul. So instead of looking for physical and mental, I was always struggling to lose weight, look beautiful. But believe me, now all that chase is gone. Now it's more about attracting and understanding my happiness. So I keep doing, every day I choose my happiness over everything. So I am here to break all the things which was said to me. Rather, I choose now, and the GPS is my joy and happiness. Thank you so much for listening to me so patiently. Love you all.
Yeah, we have now Preeti Gandhi. She is a graphotherapist, and beautifully you have explained, Amrita. We are coming to you because let me understand her journey. How you become a coach? What does your journey look like? Being into profession, as I know that you are into marketing and you are doing something right digitally, and like coaching business and working together. How you manage? So over to you, Preeti. Yeah.
thank you, Debasmita. It was really wonderful listening to you, Namrata. I could sense the pain and the conflict and the beautiful, kind of blossoming of you as a person. Uh, well, I am Preeti Gandhi and I am a success coach. And the so I mainly empower professionals to be able to reprogram their limiting beliefs so that they are able to go after their idea of success through mainly graphology as a modality and NLP as a modality, and combining various other sciences, but the main objective being that how the person can move from this current point A to the desired point B. So that is what I love doing every single day. And my journey has been so for so I've had a pretty good, what should I say, a rounded kind of an education and business experience. So I did my microbiology in BSc. I was very intrigued by how does the human being work, like how does the body work. And because I did not get enough percentage to be a doctor, I settled with microbiology. But realizing that just a small cut over here and all the white blood cells, they rush over here. That's why this part becomes warm. And all those things were really, it helped me to understand the physical body in a much better way. And I just realized what a miracle we all are. We are such a miracle and we are not even aware of it. Every single day we are breathing. we have a banana, but later on it becomes energy, just like that. We don't do anything and it just happens. I mean, it's a miracle machine. So, but yeah, science gave me that, microbiology gave me the satisfaction of at least knowing a bit about it. Then I went into computers, a very different line. And what intrigued me there is the beauty of being able to get the outcomes that you want. The logical mindset of approaching a problem, coding so that you get that result out of it. And that shaped my brain in a very different way, in a very structured way. When the time came to do business, me and my a very close friend of mine, we decided to do the business of advertising with zero knowledge about the field. Just it was like, akkad bakkad bambe bo 80 90 pure 100, and there were 2 3 options, and we said this looks interesting, yeah. Or I was good at computers, so Corel Draw and all I can easily learn and do things. So that was this weird ideas through which we started advertising. But we were two very strong driven women, and she was very good at marketing and I was very good at operations. So we really made a good business out of that. There was a time in Mumbai we were the second rated agency for Times Classifieds. We have served 20 different segments and the biggest client in each. Like in pharma, we have served like Philips. In white goods, Pfizer. In white goods, we have served clients like Maharaja, Inalsa. So in real estate, Rustamji. So those kind of thing. And really worked very strongly into the communication. Something I really liked was making the brand strategy, making the brand identity. Even then in advertising, for me, it was always about how do we identify the brand? What are the colors that resonate with it? What are the values that the brand is following? And that is how the journey was. I mean, for 22 years, we ran the agency. And somewhere in between, things happened in life which made me realize that financially, it's awesome. We are at a good place, but somewhere I have not taken care of my mental and emotional health. And I was not in my best space mentally. And that's when the hobby of mine, which was graphology, I had learned more as a hobby, it came to my rescue. I utilized its power way beyond what I had learned. I dug deeper and I realized that, oh my God, I'm sitting on such a beautiful tool of transformation where I'm not learning anything new. I know how to write. I'm just utilizing it in a different way. And that journey of coming out of that shithole that I had put myself in and coming out in the form where I could, in a way, see myself, my inside, and I could feel that what I'm made for. And that's when I decided to kind of stop my advertising business. We gave the clients to other agencies and totally now all my time, money, energy is into graphology because I recognize its power, and having found such a simple and powerful way to bring in transformation. So I now want to support more and more people who are confused about who they are, who are confused about should I listen to this or should I listen to that person? The confusion, the chaos, the stress of different things happening in their life just takes the toll. And specifically, I love to work with women because obviously, as a woman, I have undergone the challenges that a woman does, wearing different hats and wearing multiple hats at the same time. You are in an office, you are sitting with a client, and yet you can get a call from the cook and you have to tell what to cook. The same thing a man will never ever do, but a woman does. And she does it uh, with all her heart. So women wears multiple hats even at the same point in time, but it does drain the person. It does take away a lot if we do not replenish ourselves, if we do not keep if we do not keep nurturing ourselves, nourishing ourselves, then our energy kind of goes off. And I realized the beauty of this science in bringing that clarity back, in bringing that energy back, and in being the happy person. And when you are happy, the things around become different. Uh, Another thing I realize is that when a woman changes, she has a far more bigger circle of influence. So when she changes, a lot of other things changes. Her family changes, her friend circle changes, and if they don't change, then she changes the friend circle. So anything can happen. But yeah, there is a lot of change. So it's like a ripple effect. Tuck, and it keeps expanding. So that's the reason why I do this work with graphology. I do it with professionals mainly because professionals are juggling. They are juggling with personal life, with professional life, with the peer pressure, with the family expectations. And nowadays people also want to enjoy life. So uske liye bhi time nikalna. It's not easy doing all these things together. So that's why the work I do, and handwriting, as I keep saying, is brain writing. We all know a lot of people who attend such seminars, they are somehow inclined towards spirituality. So somewhere that awareness is there that our mind is made up of conscious mind and subconscious mind. And conscious mind is probably 10 to 15 or max 20%. And rest all is subconscious mind. So handwriting, like when I write Preeti, so when I write Preeti, Preeti, that's my conscious mind. I know I'm Preeti, so I'm writing Preeti. But the way I write the letter P, the way I write the letter R, the way I write the letter E is my subconscious mind. We all learned ABCD the same way, but none of us write it the same way. It's because all our experiences, life experiences, our belief system, our value system, the kind of environment we live in, the kind of things we let ourselves be influenced by, that is how our handwriting is formed. Because our brain is getting impacted, handwriting is brain writing. So your brain is impacted, your handwriting is impacted. And a very simple way to find out is write something when you're angry and write something when you're happy and see the difference. So nobody has to say anything. You yourself will know how handwriting is brain writing. And utilizing this tool to bring that kind of clarity, because I use handwriting in two ways. One is handwriting as a mirror and handwriting as a map. Handwriting as a mirror is when I see a writer's writing, I know the personality traits of the person, how the person is thinking, what is the decision making process of the person, what are the plus of the person, what are the negatives of the person, how does the person view relationship, how does the person interact with people, what kind of a distance he wants with people, or how close he wants people to be. So that is all what the handwriting shows. It's like a mirror of the person, and a true mirror. And specifically, I would like to say here that as women, and me in particular, I would say there was a time I was confused. Who am I? Because my husband would say, you are like this. And I would think, okay, I'm like this. And then my friend would say, no, 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 you are not like that. You are like this. And I'm like, oh, I'm like this. And then my child would say something, and my parents would say something. And I'm like, God, who am I? Because everyone is giving me different inputs. And I was totally lost on who exactly I am. The beauty of handwriting is it is unbiased, because my husband, he's not wrong in what he's describing me as, but he describes me from his experience of how I behave with him and how he is as a person. My friend describes me with her lens, how she is and how I behave with her. So everybody will obviously tell a different story. But yeah, when I saw my handwriting, I got the truth of what I am, an unbiased truth, the reality. And that gave me the starting point that this is where I am. It also gave me an clarity on what I want to be, my success point. So here I am. You sit in a car. What do we tell the Google first? Where I want to go. What's my destination? So through handwriting, I also help people get clarity on their goal. We know where we are, and how do we navigate this path to reach your goal, to reach your success, is is utilizing handwriting as a map. So utilizing handwriting as a mirror and as a map is what I do day in, day out. And I liked, when Namrata says healing can be fun. And yes, all these journeys don't have to be like, oh, sad and all. Of course, there will be moments that you're really overwhelmed. But most of the times, writing is fun. And the way I take people through graphotherapy is fun. There's a lot of things that I introduce in it so that it doesn't feel like an ordeal. It feels like, okay, let me do this, and let's see what comes out. Let's see what clarity I get. Let me see how I feel about myself. Let me see what blossoms out of this. So that's the way I take through this beautiful science. And I combine modalities like NLP, visualization, affirmations. But yes, the first and foremost for me is always graphology because it directly impacts the subconscious brain, something that we cannot do otherwise. Like, even if I know that something is wrong here, I cannot fix it, but the writing can. So, so that's about my journey. That's about how I utilize handwriting. And one of my favorite, because currently we three women are sitting here, one of my favorite thing was, when a lady, she was a businesswoman, and she had a very tough time with her husband. For 7 years they were not talking as in ye sabzi lana hai, ye khana banana hai, that's all. They were not on talking terms. And she came to me. She was really very frustrated because the husband, obviously, he's earning more, and the kids, as they grew up, they gravitated more towards him. So she felt very isolated in her own home. We began with her graphotherapy, and on the 10th day of graphotherapy, she calls me and tells me, "Ki Preeti, yesterday me and my husband spoke for half an hour, and we were not fighting. We were talking." And that's where her breakthrough happened. And of course, story doesn't end there. She has to continue working for that relation to heal, for that relation to come to a level. But the most amazing part was that on the 10th day, she got a breakthrough of being able to talk to her husband, and her husband also being able to talk to her both ways. Because I firmly believe that there is never only one person who is wrong. There is truth A, there is truth B, but the real truth is C. So that dynamics to be able to understand, I feel so damn blessed to be able to bring that in her life. And I also have to say that she was very, very consistent. In the morning, I wake up and her graphotherapy pages are there in my mobile every single day without break. And this consistency is what, like, the science is there, but knowing is different and doing is different. And she did it and she got the results. So that is something I would like to give message to all the people watching, that whatever science we are talking about, me talking about graphology, Namrata talking about her own ways, Debasmita talking about hypnosis, different modalities, just knowing about them is not going to help, because knowing you all can do in YouTube, you will get far more information that probably we can ever give in our lifetime. So knowing is not going to help. Applying everything that each of these people sitting here are telling you is where the magic lies. So take the actions and you will find that you will become the person that you want to. And lots of love and blessings to all of you. That's it from my end, Debasmita.
Beautiful. Yeah. Over to you, Preeti, since some questions comes in my mind. How neuroplasticity, when we are writing, okay, there is something happened in your one of the session. I was writing in the right, and you have asked us to write in the left, right? And I got hurt while doing this because it was not the there. I have a question to you: how it works, in because as I have heard that this way is the past, right? So is there something hurting because of my past life, or what exactly it is?
So offhand, without seeing the sample, it's difficult to say, but I will answer two parts to your question. First is yes, left is past, but it has its own context on how it is, where it is, all of that. Secondly, yes, graphotherapy is about neuroplasticity. Or previously, the belief was that everything is genetics. Like if my parents are like this, I will be like this. It's in my genes. But a lot of research has gone, and there are concepts of neuroplasticity, there are concepts of epigenetics, which goes on to prove that at the end of the day, we have the choice. We are not defined by the genes that we carry. We have the power to change it. And neuroplasticity is a concept where we can actually physically change the brain. Physical changes happen in the brain through neuroplasticity. And one of the ways of doing that is graphotherapy, where you are having new neural connections happening. If you take that normal example of that pagdandi, that घास उगी हुई है, but you see some probably a mango tree and you want to go and have that mango from your side. So you start walking and थोड़ी सी पगडंडी होती है because it's not a repetitive thing happening. So it's only a pagdandi. But you keep going every day to get that mango, that pagdandi becomes a road. So when there is repetition, that pathway is formed. Once that pathway is formed, you can utilize that pathway not only to get that mango from the mango tree, but probably to get a chiku from the adjoining chiku tree. I mean, just figuratively speaking. So when you write differently, so we have been writing certain things in a certain way, which is repetitive and which is making those connections more permanent, more permanent, more permanent. When you change your writing in a guided way, please, because it can also bring negative impact. So when you change your writing in a guided way, when you practice certain strokes in a guided way, those old patterns are, like put aside and new patterns are being formed, new neural pathways are being formed by which you are forming new habits, by which you are forming new way of thinking, by which you are forming new belief system. So that's how neuroplasticity works. Specifically with the lens of graphology and graphotherapy.
Yeah, interesting, because I have these questions because from the beginning, when I got hurt with the writing in the left, okay, there may be some reasons because I was doing some R&D on this thing. Is it was required? It means that is the reason when we are gathering together with so many experts, we are finding ourselves also in some discomfort zone, right? This is my discomfort. So when this, as I have come to know about graphotherapy, can in the health aspects also it is helping, right? So yes, before this, I'll just go for this one question on Namrata, and then I'm coming to you. Because in health perspective also, I want to know how graphotherapy helps. Okay. Before this, Namrata, over to you. One question comes when the manifestation, because you are manifestation free. When we say something like the affirmation, as Preeti mentioned about the affirmation, how to write an affirmation? Is it important to feel or to directly to say? How it works? Yeah, over to you.
When a client starts, basically it starts with saying only, because disalignment within yourself, right, inner connection, there is a gap basically, and that's feeling, right? Because the emotions and the feelings is something which has been numbed. And our education system or parenting system or societal system, if a child is crying loudly, stop it, don't cry. Why are you crying? You are worrying them. Stop it. I will slap you if you don't stop crying, right? So the first few years of upbringing, we actually start numbing or manipulating the real feelings. And slowly, when we start facing the world, right? And that time we are actually using all the logics also. So feelings really go very deep inside, which are totally numb. There are clients with me who came to me and they said, Namita, I don't get taste of the best of the food. Please help me. I'm getting ample money in my life. I'm full day working. yet I'm not enjoying my family relationships. I am not finding happiness in anything. The simplest joy of having just an ice cream is not giving them joy. The child is coming and hugging them, they're not feeling. That feeling is numbed, right? Because slowly, slowly we start manipulating the emotions and we don't realize even when it gets totally numb. So once you are in life coaching journey, self-development journey with different modalities, as Preeti also mentioned, Debasmita and many more coaches are doing very beautifully. It's all about connection with our feelings. And manifestation portal opens only after feelings, right? And with the desires also, right? We human beings are born with the desires. If we don't have desires, no, nothing will evolve in this world, right? Elon Musk thinking about going to the moon, it's also a desire, right? Not having a desire is also a desire, as the spiritual gurus are uh, claiming to. He do not desire, because I have gone through that path for 3 years of high spirituality, right? And where I used to start feeling that I do not belong to this area, I need to go to the ashram now. But thanks to my family, because they were supporting me, they always pulled me with their love. So I said, no, if I'm born here in this family scenario, there is no need for me to become a Buddha. I can be in the materialistic world and yet live a life of a Buddha without being affected by any emotion or any triggers. Right? So that's the journey here. So manifestation opens, law of attraction actually opens up when we start desiring. Desiring is something which starts opening up everything. So it's very important. So desires is very important thing to open up
Okay.
manifestation, law of attraction. One thing more, we just in short, like we have chakras, right? Spirituality is all about above the heart chakra. What about the lower parts? We human beings are born to enjoy life, right? To enjoy everything possible which is on earth, right? So why to get away from that? So wanting to manifest things, first of all start opening up your desire portals, then from desires coming to your qualities. Because what I used to feel as what was a quality to me, like communication is my very powerful quality. But you will not believe I have lost relationships. I have suffered a lot because of my communication. So slowly, my belief became this communication is my enemy. I need to stop. See how I am getting the evidence. And once I decided not to communicate what my heart speaks out or wants to talk to my near and dear ones, I lost my speech also. My tongue stopped working, right? So that was the realization. I said something very weird is happening in my system. I need to just be aware of it and work towards it, right? Then for manifestation, first is desire, that is law of attraction. Second comes law of vibration, which is basically knowing yourself. What are you vibrating at? Because we are all energy beings, right? So what we are hearing, what we are feeling, what we are seeing, this phone, everything is energy. Everything has energy, right? So what are is our vibrations? So that is also very important to know what is your quality and how you're believing. Here, a lot of brain work comes, and I think graphology will be very beautiful for a person to understand to this depth. And obviously, the brain work, where the law of resonance works, right? The first is law of attraction, which opens up as you open up your desires, right? Second thing is when a law of vibration, which opens up when you start knowing yourself and knowing the gap. This is your reality. This is what you dream. So there is a gap. So where you need to work on your personality. And as you start working on your personality by different modalities, you shift towards this. Reality automatically changes. Then comes law of resonance. Basically, it's like a boomerang. What you throw in the universe, it comes back, right? So what are you vibrating at? So how you vibrate, what are your vibration, what is your frequency at which you are vibrating at? That goes out and comes back. So people say ki, do I really manifestation is happening every minute, every second? Yes, it is happening. Law of attraction is absolutely a similar law as law of gravitation, right? Gravitational. So As we get up, we always start walking on our foot. It has never happened that we start walking from our head upside down, right? The same as law of attraction. It's absolute. It is known as law because it's real, right? But once you align all the three, this is known as Holy Trinity: law of attraction, law of vibration, and law of resonance. When this Holy Trinity forms, you become the epicenter of attracting everything. So it's this way, and this is the concept we teach and how to align it. Everything falls in this fund. And one thing more for manifestation: women are better manifestors than men because men operate very differently, and women are born to create life, right? So we are not the chasers, we are basically the attractors. And once we have moved towards masculine energy, entering their field of earning money, we need to understand how to balance that work and womanhood, right? So, as Preeti just mentioned, it's a total juggle between work and your family life, because we are born and we are nurturers of life, we are creators of life, right? And experiencing the life. We are emotional beings, whereas men are very, very practical beings. Now the shift is happening, right? Now we are entering into mutualism. So there is a high demand now and a need to understand each other. Women understanding men, men understanding women, because this beautiful merger of men and women will lead to mutualism and a very, very beautiful society in coming ahead times. So let's be manifestors and attractors of life very beautifully, because universe is all for us, not against us. So that is a very, very common thing we keep hearing. Yes, it's true. Everything coming to us, we are manifesting just to that, get on our path. That's it. That's it. So I hope this was helpful, Devasmita.
Yeah, absolutely. The way you have spoke about the manifestation, it has given us a clarity how to manifest. Because what exactly I found is that everybody is in the AI technology now, right? Everybody is becoming more into AI rather than the robots, rather than being a human. So they have to know their body much better.
Yeah.
Here I want to tell something, one story, and then I'm coming to Preeti because the question of health is important to understand in this. So when I was getting my identity to understand me as a woman, so it took me a cry because as a female child, I was not being accepted in the society when I come to the world. So there was a lot of pain which in my childhood I have come across. Being a defective child, nobody have accepted me in the society. A lot of things happens, a lot of struggle happened in my journey. So later on, when I accepted me as a woman, when I see myself, opening up myself, I took 3 days, I was crying to accept. And the identity when I got that I am being a woman. And this was, I was doing under my um, mentor, Rahul George. Okay, he was continuously, he was asking me several questions. And these questions was like going deeper inside me. It was very difficult. When we are talking about the identity, when we are talking about the manifestation, and when we are talking about the health and neuroplasticity, it are all, means if you are coming to the webinar, which we conduct, and which if you are individually going to the people, you can understand how pain they have a push in their life to understand, because now we are all coming with our identities, right? But we already gone to that pain, right? If we have not gone to that fire, today we cannot be here. Because as mentioned, the story goes that she means Namrata was in the 3 months deathbed, which I was also in a 3 months deathbed. So I know, we already know the pain of the death. I have saw the death. You have already saw the death. So universe combines us. And when we, and Preeti's story is just started. Okay, I have just, this, the thing is, Preeti, what exactly I was finding that how she is managing both the things together, work, business. It's very difficult. But she, as a woman, she is managing even the family. She is also having a daughter. So you can understand how she is combining, because woman power is this. everything you people are managing with a smile, right? Every time we are just putting that in our face, right? So over to Preeti. There's Namrata and I. My story was I have a certain level up. Okay, my anger struck to a certain level that I went to a death. I was in a deathbed for 3 months. Okay, I was a cabbage, and my mom has to take care of me. So I would, before this, Namrata, just tell your story and then hand it over to Preeti so that she can help us how graphotherapy can help in our journey.
So you want me to tell her my story?
Yeah, just a bit so that
Okay.
she can have an idea.
Okay. So, Preeti, what happened in my case, I'm a very, very profound example of patriarchy systems because born in a family of a business class, right? Having two brothers and uncles, no bua at home. So, I was a very, very welcomed girl child in the family. Yet, I could see and I was developing my perspective कि men are treated differently, women are treated differently. How the quantity of money impacts on the respects a people gets. How the belongingness, if people are very soft spoken, the belongingness is more. If a person is very abrupt and very truly speaking, they are not taking and accepted by the society. Then from getting married to a service class person, right, from a business, there was another shift where I was scared of, right? And a very common statement used to come ki, this is service class, it's not business, right? You are still holding the business class mindset. Okay. So I used to struggle between that also. What is business mindset or what is, so I was not understanding that, but yet now I've grown up, I understand everything now. So all these things actually, and one set of pattern which our parents have taught us, or what I have brought up, seeing my mother serving as a homemaker, as a second number person, right? My first is my dad, and then comes my mom. I being educated in an English medium school, I was seeing myself equal to my brothers. Yet there were several incidents where I have actually put my foot down and felt bad because I could feel that treatment of second number in comparison to my brothers. Okay. Now, after getting married, these things already I'm carrying, right? I take up a decision not to get married in a business class. This was very clear because I was seeking for respect and that equality between two. But as you know, the society 25 years back, it was not that. Maybe I was much more evolved. I just wish the scenarios, what now we are seeing, the mindset was that strong that time. Okay. That kind of maturity my soul must be having because I was envisioning that kind of a life. But my husband also has his own patterns and upbringing, right? So the clashes were bound to happen. The clashes didn't happen till the time I was keeping quiet. Hanji, Hunji, and 100% people pleasing. Okay. So all the blame doesn't go to him because I was also not owning my position. Though he was giving me that liberty because he's belonging to a service class family, and in service class families, generally the liberty is being given to the female also. It's equal, more or less. He was trying to give me equality, but my mindset or my upbringing, the way I have seen my mom, I couldn't accept that also, right? So he was not totally at fault. I was blaming him all the time. Okay. And slowly, then I realized it is not his blame, it's me who's not able to do anything. I'm getting everything, but still I'm not getting the fulfillment and I'm not enjoying my life, right? Then on top of that, being a female, a pressure of just looking good, right? A certain way. And my family is super. I belong to a North Indian family, and you'll not believe how much the conversation and the bend is towards looking good, amazing designer clothes, yes, jewelry, makeup, everything. Means your identity is that only, and that evidence I was seeing in the around me. very closely. That was not my fault. My brain was designed, or my sole desire was that I was so observant of everything. And slowly, slowly, I started shutting down. Okay. Now coming here with Devasmita, women like me, because every day I am dealing with women struggling every day. They are not knowing also they are suffering. They are feeling that going out and having a dinner with the family is a happy time for them. Believe me, that is not, because that is just a momentary thing. How we can use graphology in such kind of women, right? How we can navigate them and come, just make them aware that yes, there is a need to understand how to shift your mindset, how to work on your limiting beliefs and resistances, because as they will grow ahead in 3 4 years time, because I have noticed when I was struggling, in a span of 10 15 years, my best of the body, I was somebody who was recognized as the fittest. I was better than my husband, you can say that way, but still I lost health to that extent, which was not acceptable by me. I went to best of the doctors asking only one question. I was having everything, my walnuts, my almonds. I was going to foreign countries. I have son also. I have daughter also. I am not finding any evidence which was missing in a perfect human life. What was that one thing which led me to this place? Right? So that's the conflict which we are actually living every day, every day, every day. How we can put up this graphology into the scene of education and helping children to understand themselves, the uniqueness of a person, right?
Uh, Interesting. So there are two, three layers to this. One is handwriting for children, and other is handwriting for adults. For children, in a way, it is interesting because children are still forming their opinion. So we do not do handwriting analysis for children because they're experimenting, they are exploring. So they are in a different space, mental space. So for children, the analysis doesn't happen, but yes, the development, handwriting development happens. Where there are many aspects, for example, a very simple thing. You will find a lot of people whose writing is so fast that it is not readable. Specifically, signature. You'll find many such people whose signature, even if the writing is readable, but the signature is not readable. Now, that talks about a certain mindset. The mindset there is that I'm in a hurry. So I'm going to use shortcut. And my time is more important than yours. So मैंने ऐसा लिखा है, अब आपको समझना है समझो, आपको नहीं समझना है मत समझो. I mean, that's not up to me. Just giving you an example of how handwriting impacts the person. Now, if you look at the person from childhood, this person must have gone through a space where only success matters. The means through which you get success does not count. So for him, all that matters is results. The ways don't matter. So the signature is very illegible. So I can get there in any way. So that's what that kind of a signature says. So every writing sample actually is in a way indicative of the childhood the person would have had, about the kind of parents the person would have had. So as children, if you begin to write legibly, what we are doing is we are encouraging children to be far more honest, to be far more transparent, right? So handwriting development at an early age helps to have certain basic things inculcated right from start. Okay. Obviously, there are traumas that happen, things that happen that impact your life. But when the base is strong, it is easier to bounce back, to overcome it. So that's handwriting for children. So handwriting development really helps in building a good foundation for children. And because writing then becomes a second habit for them, they can go back to this tool anytime in life, in terms of journaling, in terms of writing affirmations, in terms of doing graphotherapy, anything it could be. Even they become even good in terms of memory, because writing also impacts those parts of brain you remember more. So even when you're taking notes in a business meeting, somehow you will make more sense out of that information than others. So that's the impact of having a good writing or learning writing in a scientific way in the early years. Now, coming to adults, when you went through your own journey, you said that your health deteriorated, right? And that is something that you will find handwriting also reflecting. You felt suffocated. If I would have a look at your handwriting at that time, suffocation would have shown in writing. And one of the simplest way, I'm oversimplifying, this is not as simple as that, but if you look at letter E, and if that letter E is very closed, and there is a lot of ink deposition in the letter E, that person is feeling very, very unheard, suffocated, and and as a counter attack, they also don't hear you. It's like I'm not heard, I'm not hearing you types. So you would have seen probably that your E's would have been very, there would be no loops inside the E at that point in time. Okay. But you took charge of your life and you brought a turnaround for yourself. So if you look at your handwriting 5 years back or 6 years back and you look at your handwriting today, it would be different. I can guarantee you that.
Absolutely correct. In fact, I don't know whether this platform is right or not. I have a very deep question to ask you because lately, maybe it is because of my age or something. When I started my journey of life coaching with the mentors and going into intensive work with my mentors, slowly, last 12 months, I'm not able to write. I'm not able to write. Though I'm pushing myself to write down, and I'm holding my pen like this, writing and struggling, and several times there is such a push as if something is pushing me like this. And just flat this way the pen is going. So this was a major concern which I put up to Debasmita also. Actually, I manifested you can say in other words, because I was just seeking inside. I need to connect with somebody who can help me with this writing part.
See, what happens is,
Yeah.
it is a deep question, and what my experience, what I have seen is in my own journey as well. When we get into this journey of healing, being healed self and healing others, there are many layers that open up. So जो हमको सबसे पहले एकदम burning problem होता है वो solve होती है, then we are at a little ease. Then the next level problem gets sorted. We are at much better ease. Third level problem gets solved. So the understanding is that now I can start helping people with the first level problem. And that is how we function. Because our journey, everybody's journey of being on this path is relentless, is endless. Always we keep uncovering something. Typically, we avoid doing something when we feel that what we will face is not something I will like. So there are times when, because of the uncovering, now something is there which I don't want to face. It is too painful. My body and my mind has protected me by covering it up. Now, because, see, you must also be doing a lot of processes. सो बहुत सारा खुल गया है, अब ये जब बहुत पेनफुल वाला है, वो खुलने वाला है, सो द बॉडी इज ट्राइंग वेरी हार्ड कि मत खोलो भाई, मेरे को बहुत दिक्कत होने वाली. सो द बॉडी विल resist you, will put blocks for you for any activity that will uncover this, because it's trying to protect. Body loves to protect itself. So you will realize that a lot of times when you said that people go numb, that is a wonderful way of protecting yourself. मुझे और hurt ही नहीं चाहिए, मुझे feel ही नहीं करना, ना रहेगा बास ना बजेगी बांसुरी types, right?
And At present, I'm doing this. I am in that phase.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is resistance to uncover this. And that's why any activity that will help you uncover, your body will resist. So that's what is probably happening in your space right now.
Something I used to enjoy during matlab, in this learning and unlearning process was journaling and gratitude writing, and lots of things I used to write. I have filled up my diaries, but it's a struggle now. And but I am also not giving up. Means one part of my personality is so like a champion. You give
Oh,
me
yes.
a challenge, I will just show you. You give me challenge, so I keep doing it. I keep doing it.
One tip I can give you is tell your brain I'm not going to write. Pick up the pen and just scribble.
Hmm.
So it's like,
Warming up.
warming up.
Yeah.
और फिर
Okay.
स्क्रिबल करते करते कुछ क्लिक हुआ तो लिखो, नहीं क्लिक हुआ तो भी इट्स ओके. Just let it be.
Now Preeti, it has been almost 8 months doing this. I just, and sometimes my pen goes like this also. I'm writing like this also. So can you imagine what stage I have reached? So I need to talk to you, in person also. So I think we are going live. So
Yes, this is what you are inspiring others as well, because when we are interacting with each other, we are getting to know where our blocks are. Because this interaction is so much important to understand. Right now, when you are just talking about E, this E needs to write, you know, 4 5 months to understand how to write this E. Because I write E not like this, I write E like the cursive writing. And yeah, you see the writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this E needs to be like initially was a cursive writing, and then I come to this E. I don't know why it is happening. Anything shifts is happening because I have already told you in the earlier times that is the left side. I got hurt because I need to talk to you because this is the way because when we are interacting, when we are visiting to each other's community, it is also giving us more clarity,
Yeah.
right? Because the so here we are giving the values even for ourselves also require, right? Being a healer is not like giving everything to them. He too needs to learn because we are also upgrading ourselves. So it's beautiful having a discussion with you because now every Friday we have come to coming live like this or giving in every other platform also. But what we I have this, I will request each one of you to come live in our webinar and attend the webinar and please book one-to-one with each one of us because it will help you to understand where you are, what is your block. Because if you understand this, it will be helpful for you to grow fast. Because our
yeah.
intention is your growth ultimately. So before we close, because it's 9:30 and it is what I would request you that is just to share one line what exactly the learning you want to give to the person who are listening now live and understanding this. So just if you give them one a line, what is your take to the tips to the persons who are listening?
So I'll go first. Okay. Okay. So my learning today is there is a lot of bulb-on moments talking to Preeti because while I'm navigating and helping individuals in transforming their lives, graphology can help me and my clients a lot because different modalities are opening up different things because still now we are not knowing our brain and our systems, right? Human body is so complex, so whatever modality can help anyone bring that shift, it's always welcome. So for example, me, for me itself, being a life coach, helping so many people in their lives, I feel there is something more to it. Now this is something which I need to work on. Similarly, with my clients' growth, there is a time when I feel, yes, this modality can help them a lot. Thank you for sharing. And this is a major takeaway today I'm taking with me, because I feel someday I'll be inviting Preeti in my community to talk about graphology, so that this modality can help navigate my clients in a much more clearer and a faster way. This is one way to speeden up their journey, because sometimes few modalities are done and tested, but not everyone is getting that kind of benefit. Like for me, with my mentor, I was manifesting like anything, but there were people in the room who were not manifesting anything, right? So for everyone, my methodology might not work. Maybe your methodology will work wonders for them, right? So thank you for coming, and thank you for insights. Looking forward to connect with you personally and just take it to another level now. Thank you. Thank you so much, Preeti.
Um, and Debasmita, for me, I would say that I think this is what this journey does. You meet different kind of people. It is I would say quite brave of Namrata to knowing that this is live and talking about the vulnerability. It's not easy, and it requires a person of courage. It requires a person who is very comfortable with oneself. And I think to the viewers out there, nobody has reached. We all are walking. We all are walking ourselves home. We are walking others home. And coaches probably require more coaching than normal people, because we have to have so much of a grip on our mind, because we are working with so many minds. So each one of us sitting here, uh, we also rely on our mentors to keep guiding us, to keep taking us forward, so that, you know, we also walk that far and we take our clients also that far. So it's a journey for everyone. And the more you learn about yourselves, the more there is beauty in this world. And then there's so much more to just love and live and be happy. So I would just wish everyone, find your moments of those happiness, and share it with people around, and just have fun.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
So,
share, Devasmita. Such a beautiful share, because this resonates to me, and my heart just exuberates with this word happiness, because that's the purpose, that's a vision, that's a mission. Whatever I can help in, just making a little bit of additional happiness to that person, and happiness is knowing about yourself. Whether it's any methodology, it's all about knowing ourselves. So thank you, Devasmita. Thank you, Preeti. Over to you, Devasmita.
thank you so much. Yeah, and in the description you will be seeing Preeti and Amrita's details. So who wants to connect, please connect with them. See their stories, because the way Namrata, the Preeti also spoke about the vulnerability. This is important, because if you are not vulnerable, if you are not talking, is and another thing is, for the viewers, I would request this: we whatever we are going to take one to one, that will be we are not going to record this, or if we are recording, we will not take it out as a this. I have did my psychology, so I have this knowledge that we won't, because I studied my child psychology, so we will not take out any of your confidentiality outside. So now here what we are doing is, since we are coming live to explain you about this, that how the work happens, and it will be confidential. So so the thing is, as we all are into the same, this as she's a graphotherapist, if is a graphotherapist, she will protect your personal this. Namrata is also into a total happiness, as she already mentioned in the morning, that she is transformational coach. She is transforming your morality, means your pain, into happiness. So everything will be secret, and you can connect both of them. This both of them have a different aspects of life. They are going to teach different modalities. So connect and see how it works. And in the below, in the description box, we will be
Also talk
mentioning
about yourself, Debasmita.
My process is hypnosis, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and hypnosis.
Talk about that. Let people know what you do. They can also connect with you.
Look at
Yeah,
the speed. Look at the speed, Preeti, while she's talking about herself. For us, she's so calm and composed, emphasizing so much. So now, Debasmita, we want to hear about you, your work.
okay, thank you so much. What I am doing hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming, which I have integrated into HRF. I'm giving training to the VP, AVP, and all the people in the CHRO positions. Whereas what I'm doing, how they can implement this in the recruitment. There's a lot of things that happens. What the employees are coming, and it is difficult for to retain. Because every time we are fighting, right? The senior management and basically the company owner and this we are reporting to the owners only because we consider HR as a backbone of the organization, right? If we are not making the person happy, how to retain? This is the situations I personally felt in my 17 years journey in the corporate when I was working, and still now I'm just working with the corporate companies with different ways I'm providing them for candidates. So the thing is, in 2021, personally, I saw this. People were asked to just to leave the organization, and it was not because of their admins. They are not doing proper job or anything. The company cannot be able to pay them at that point because we have been hit during that time badly because of that pandemic. And people have took the situation so worstly. Even in 2020, my uncle did suicide because he lost his job, and that pain is still there with me. So I want nobody to be unemployed. So this situation, now I thought of why not to integrate both the things together to make the mindset proper for the employees. So basically, we are teaching I'm teaching the corporates, means AVP, VP, and CHRO, so that they can handle the employees nicely. We in them this, and when we are just talking with each other, like the graphotherapy, like manifestation, like because I have not learned all the modalities, right? Hypnosis, how, because I have recently launched one this I was going through this while we are writing a O in this case, and when we are writing an O in the anti-clockwise, I was doing a research on this also, how placebo affects and how this the neuroplasticity happens when we are changing the state of writing like this. So a lot of learnings are there, right? And how hypnosis can help in this case. I've already published one of the blog, but I'm thinking of going a deeper knowledge to give. This as a reason we are sitting here to think, because it is not only my brain. I need Preeti's brain. I need Namrata's brain. I need some other people brain in this case, because here, as I know, graphotherapy, she is expert. And I'm expert in this hypnosis NLP. She is expert in her manifestation. Not only this, she has a lot of knowledge about the different modalities. She knows EFT as well, Namrata. She knows healing as well. She was talking about chakra healing. So she knows that. She knows Ho'oponopono method. So when we are integrating all those stuff, so it will give a different placebo effect. So what exactly, how, because my intention is the way you people are talking about happiness, everybody wants the people to happy, to lead a life of a stressless life, because I am with the cancer awareness project as well. Recently I've been a part because my dad is a cancer patient, and the thing is I'm working with the different doctors and integrated medicines, those who are working with that. A lot of things are happening at the end. It is not, and I am not only this, I'm working with the college students also, making them understand how to lead a fruitful life. So when they are happy, then only they can go to the corporate world. And when they spread happiness, the entire world will be stressless. This is because we don't want uh, anybody to have this type of diseases like cancer or any uh, disease, because what exactly the channel which we are live in, Transit Suggestions, is supporting a rare disease called muscular atrophy patients. Okay, that is muscular spinal atrophy patient. They cannot see properly for a long time, and they need 1 crore for one injection in a year. So this channel supports them as well. And here I want to share one short story of a 12-year girl who is just an entrepreneur by writing a book. She's a book author and she's teaching the students. She's suffering from this atrophy muscular, spinal muscular patient. So it's something. I'm in a different projects. Yes, Namrata, before we end, and thank you, Preeti and Namrata, to ask me this question. A lot of things I am into. Yeah, definitely. And yes, Namrata, over to you, and then we'll wind up.
Thank you, Debasmita, for showing us some light. You're such a adorable darling to be with, actually. Yeah. So just to add to this, sufferings in form of diseases. Lately, I have been closely working with children around 14 years of age, 16, 18, 22, till 36 unmarried men, where they are moving towards addictions a lot, right? And a very, very high level addictions I'm talking about. So where the society is moving, and this is all where unspoken emotions are just lying inside and people don't know how to navigate them. They are not feeling safe to talk about their feelings, or ready to be judged by their own parents or their own siblings, because we are just running and chasing what around ourselves. We are not having that space, not able to create that space inside our homes to be heard. So that is so beautiful. Thank you for coming up with this channel. And I hope with each other's support, with our methodologies, we are able to make a drop of a difference in this suffering world, right? What is happy is happy. What is not serving humans, we are just helping humans to just unlearn few things and learn few things and implement and just move ahead. And growth is all about moving ahead and being happy and just fulfilling and living their lives. Thank you. It was an honor to be here with Preeti and Debasmita today. It was a heartfelt conversation, and I'm feeling so happy to be here today. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, and another thing is, before we leave, Namrata, I would request you to I'll add you in that group where we are working as and Preeti also, if you want, I can add you in the zone where we are working together for these people, specifically for the muscular atrophy patients. And the way she spoke about, we can all go together. There's this people, the rare disease also is an important thing we should bring forward, and we'll talk to about this and how we can proceed further on that. Will definitely help. Because graphotherapy can help in that case.
Yeah.
Understanding their perspective, because I came across I'm just giving the name, Imran, whose student is Preeti. I was in his session once, in his 70s program, and here I came to know that is how it is helping in the health perspective. So we'll definitely coming with that soon, and there's the power of Preeti that, as mentioned, that is the reason the placebo effect. And today only I'm just thinking of this because I have authored 140th book. So 141 book will be a trio thing I am planning for. So three of the authors will together will do, and there's something to learn about this right now. This comes in my mind, so we'll take it forward and we'll work together for more. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye
Yes.
bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good night. Good night.
Bye. Bye. Okay, say bye.